What do the Cookie Monster and President Biden have in common? Turns out they both hate shrinkflation, as I'm sure many of us do. Cookie Monster posted on X, quote, "Me hate shrinkflation." And President Biden not only addressed it in his State of the Union, he had a whole Super Bowl ad about it. Shrinkflation is simply the practice of reducing the size of the product while maintaining the same sticker price. Manufacturers resort to shrinkflation during times of high inflation. Consumers are much more aware of sticker price than they are product volume. If a manufacturer's cost to produce increases, they're forced to increase the sticker price in order to cover cost and still turn a profit. But eventually, they hit a breaking point, a price that becomes so high, consumers start to turn away. Shrinkflation is a more stealthy way for manufacturers to respond to inflation with just outright increasing prices. Companies are aware that customers are more likely to spot product price increases, and so they opt to reduce the size of the item instead, mindful that minimal shrinkage will probably go unnoticed. We do have an increase in shrinkflation currently, and legislators are taking action. Both Senator Warren and Representative Dean sent open letters just this week to General Mills, Coca-Cola, and PepsiCo admonishing them for their shrinkflation. Senator Bob Casey introduced an entire piece of legislation meant to tackle the issue. His office found the cost of toilet paper and paper towels were 35% more expensive per unit than in January of 2019, with 10% of the price increase due to producers shrinking the sizes of rolls and packages. Is shrinkflation truly price gouging, or is it the economy's natural way of responding to inflation and keeping price points as low as possible? Honestly, there's not really a black and white answer. What I can tell you is shrinkflation is on the rise. DOL data suggests that the practice is more common today than it was during the pandemic. However, I can also tell you that shrinkflation isn't substantially worse than it was during other inflationary times. And it really does only make up a small portion of the overall impact of inflation we feel as consumers. So the next time you open that brand new yet half full bag of potato chips, just know you are not actually going crazy. Here are a few fast tips for handling shrinkflation. Number one, recognize the products most susceptible. Things like snacks, household cleaning products, coffee, candy, chewing gum, ice cream, and related products. All the good things, right? Number two, when comparing products, look at the price per unit, not the overall sticker price, which leads me to number three, buy in bulk. Buying in bulk is the natural way to reduce the price per unit. And number four, reconsider the retail store or the brand name that you typically buy. Maybe it's time to switch to a more affordable brand. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie, the 401k lady.